Hey, welcome back. I'm Chris, and today we're going to talk about the dangerous book for boys. Now, it's not like it's a dangerous book, but that's the title of the book. So let's do this real quick. Now, have you ever noticed that even with yourself, your parents would tell you, stop watching TV or stop playing Nintendo and get outside and do something? I find myself falling into the same trap with my son. And this is definitely, well, an attempt to get him outside and doing something, to actually read something and learn something and want to go make something, physically make something, or, go discover something outside. And this book is no exception, that's for sure. My son does like to read, and that's a huge benefit. But this book goes over a number of different topics and stuff like that to where there's enough in here to get you interested in something, or at least figure out what your interests might be. From making paper airplanes to tying knots to, well, juggling. I can't go wrong there with juggling. To making tree houses and fossils and dinosaurs. There's a lot of information in this book. Now, I don't know how many of you have encyclopedias anymore, but I remember as a child looking through the encyclopedia, looking through, I think it was like an animal encyclopedia, and looking at the different animals and stuff like that, and I would use that as a reference. I would see something outside and use that stuff as a reference to figure out what it is. Now, you can Google it, you can look it up on YouTube and such, but it's nice. I prefer having a physical book to where you can actually reference this stuff. And well, this does make a nice gift for your son, your grandson, your nephew, whatever it might be. And don't feel like the girls are left out. There is a dangerous, I don't know if it's called the dangerous book for girls. I have to look it up. I didn't buy it yet because, well, my little girls are still young, but I think I'm gonna pick it up soon just to see what's in it, because, well, I need to learn how to sew and cook more than just toast. But they go through everything in here, from a couple different sections on grammar and such like that, which, well, I need to go through grammar and spelling myself. I spell phonetically, and I never really learned how to spell correctly. Don't hold that against me. There's even stuff on here about insects and making a workbench, and even basic medical information. This is definitely a well-rounded book, especially if there's no Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or anything of that nature in your area. This is something to think about, from navigation to dog tricks and everything else. There's definitely a lot in this book to, well, feed a lot of interest and maybe pique the interest of something new. And the other reason I wanted to go over this book is, well, Amazon is coming out with an original series on this book, and I'm finding it very interesting. It's something that I can relate to, and hopefully that my son can relate to. I mean, I kind of see him wanting to watch this show and have the book out and be like, oh, I have the same book. Oh, hey, wait, that's the same page that he's... The Amazon series isn't out yet, but not to give you any spoilers, and what I saw so far was the book was left for the son or the children from the dad. I'm assuming the dad's gone, and I can very easily relate to that. But within them reading the book, they use their creativity, their curiosity, and their imagination and kind of reconnect with their father. And it's like, it sounds like a pretty fun, adventurous story and time they go on. So I'm very curious to see how this series is gonna be. It reminds me of, those 80s movies with the kid actors like the Goonies. If you like the Goonies, you know what I'm talking about. The Adventures, the movies you remember. So anyways, the dangerous book for boys. I can't say enough about it. I like this book. I mean, there's enough topics in here to keep me interested, and my son's enjoying it as well. And it gives us a reason to go out and do something, to go out and try to find those little fossil things in some of the rocks. I forget what those things are called. I'd have to reference it in the book. Or to go out and try to make a tree house, or try to make a bow and arrow, or navigate by the stars and such like that. There's enough in here. I got distracted. But really, this is, I was kind of using this as a book to, well, hey, you're interested in this activity, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go do something, rather than me trying to come up with something that you may or may not want to do. So for my son and I, this has been a great book. And like I said, I'm going to pick up the other one for girls, for my daughters and I. So, well, we have the same experience that we can go through. Anyways, I'm rambling, and I think we're pretty much done here for today. So I'll see you on the next one. And if you want more information on this book, definitely check out the link in the description. I thank you for it. Other than that, like I said, I tend to talk a little bit too much, which I find very amusing to myself because I'm completely shy. Anyways, I'll see you on the next one.